Hello guys. Today we have a Toshiba, an old nice Toshiba that is not turning on at all. Anyway, let's have a look, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's go through this together. Anyway, here I was opening the machine, so you just have to watch me removing everything one by one. Before anything, I always tell everyone to do a physical inspection. Anyway, in this case, I was using what my microscope. But before anything else, you know what voltages do you need? You need the 19 volts first, since there is no power. And then after that, we'll go ahead and check the 3.35 volts and some other relevant voltages. But first, let's start here on the 19 volts. I know you can see that there's a fuse. Anyway, I'm not interested in the fuse. What I want to see the first and the second MOSFET. Guys, I've been always telling you how the 19 volts is distributed into a motherboard. It needs to start from where? From the first and the second MOSFET. And this is how it's done. You will have the MOSFET number 1, MOSFET number 2, and number 3 you will have what? A current center. There on number 3, that's a current center. Anyway, that's how the power is distributed into a motherboard. It can't just go through the entire board, but it needs to pass through this component first. Always look for these components. And to give you a clue, you will find some coils next to this or some fuses. As you saw there on my board, we have what? The fuse next to it. The fuse, you know exactly what the fuse does, right? Anyway, let's check for what? Let's check for a short, whether we have a shorted MOSFET or there's a short to ground into what? Into a motherboard. So what you do is on the MOSFET number 1, you take your multimeter. You check for continuity on both sides of the MOSFET. You want to see whether the MOSFET is shorted or not. Okay, that's how you're gonna check. Take your multimeter probes, you touch them like that on both sides. There shouldn't be any continuity. You turn your multimeter into continuity mode, and when you are checking, there shouldn't be any continuity, guys. Please, the MOSFET will only allow power to pass when it's told to do so. But when there's no power, when the machine is off, there shouldn't be any continuity, guys. Anyway, this is nice and this is easy, trust me. And then what you do next, once you have confirmed if there's no short on those two MOSFETs, you know what you do, right? You take your multimeter and you touch it to what? To ground, because you want to see whether there's a short to what? To ground. Anyway, guys, after checking, you saw what I did. I put one probe to ground. That's ground there on the goldish screw hole, and you know what? There was a short on what? On this board. Okay, they shorted to what? To ground. So that's why those first and the second MOSFET are not allowing power to go through what? Into a board, because we have what? We have a short to ground. One of the components in the main board is shorted to ground. That can be a capacitor, a shorted capacitor. It can be an IC shorting the 19 volt to ground, and this can be what? A MOSFET. So it can be anything. So what I do is, the was flux. So normally I inject the power there. You can even inject 2 volts or 5 volts or 1 volt on the 19 volts. And then you limit your current on your power supply a little bit. You can't just set it to 5 amps, because in case there's a short and your thing it's set to 5 amps, it will blow that shorted component, and we don't want that. Okay, we just want to feel it warm, so that's why we have to control limit the current a little bit. Okay. Anyway, you inject your ground to ground. That's my ground wire. It's been injected to what? To ground. Okay. After that, you will turn on what? Your DC bench power supply. You have to set everything. Okay. And guys, anyway, it's even possible to identify a shorted capacitor. I used to do it. If you can check my videos, I used to do it. It was easy. I don't know why I stopped, but it was just simple as possible. That's where you inject your what? Your 19 volt. That's my 19 volt. You inject your 19 volt right there. Normally, I like to remove the CPU whenever I'm injecting what? The 19 volts or trying to find a short. Okay. I don't want to blow the CPU if maybe one of the CPU MOSFET is shorted. I'm not saying it's yes, but if in case one of them is shorted, you have to remove the CPU if the CPU is removable. So this is what I do. I normally remove the CPU. And here I was trying to find that shorted capacitor if it was a capacitor. So that's what I do. Normally go through, okay, and then check the board, check everything, see any pin marks, see any track capacitors, because the ceramic capacitors, they'll normally have a track if they are shorted, and you'll see some fine spots on them if they are shorted. So here I was trying to find that shorted capacitor, and then here you put your hand. Okay, once you have turned on your DC bench power supply, you use your hand to feel any spot getting what? Getting hot. We have to feel everywhere, feel the entire board. Oh, anyway, I found a spot getting hot. I will show you under the microscope. Let's see. Okay, let's have a look under the microscope. Let's see what we have. Let's see what is getting hot. Because probably there is something getting hot right there. And I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay, I'm pretty sure you can see. Oh, I know you can see everything. That's capacity right there. The one causing a short. Place the bed, what do you call this, the bed capacitors, and sometimes I don't, so it's all up to me. But anyway, I would recommend you to replace those capacitors once we have removed them. Please, please, please. Nah. Anyway, we are done. Let me put back the CPU, put back the heatsink, put back everything. I believe our problem has been sorted out. So I'm just gonna put back everything and then test out the machine. Anyway, this was easy, guys. Normally, I don't really want to show you all these steps where I'm putting back everything and you have to watch 10 minutes or 11 minutes of me doing nothing. I prefer fast forwarding those sections, guys, where I'm just doing nothing, nothing, nothing. It's not like I'm hiding any information or anything. Nope, I'm not hiding anything, but I'm just trying to save your time and to make these videos short and simple as possible. Anyway, here, as you can see as well, I wasn't doing anything. There's no movement on the camera. There's nothing. I don't know why I was like doing nothing there, or maybe I was busy at the office. Anyway, after putting back everything, I was so sure, and I was sure 100% that the machine is what, it's working 100%. As you can see, I charged the camera right there. I'm just putting everything, removing everything, injecting the power, turning the machine on. Anyway, guys, this all I did here, and this was simple. Okay, power button right there. Press the power button. You can see the lights. Okay, there we, oh, the RAM, turn on back the machine. There we go. The machine is working. Toshiba.